Yeah, I know. If you didn't cry at the end, you have no soul. So I just wanted to kind of explain some things real quick. So the very first thing you saw was the the ceremony for the pilots that were getting ready to take off, and then as one takes off, it blows up. So the U.S. was coming in to bomb the runway there. Notice they didn't bomb. They didn't bomb anything in the concentration camp. It was all just like the military targets on the other side of the fence. So after that, the Japanese left, and then they went to Nantau Stadium. So when the Nantau Stadium, just it's a football stadium or soccer stadium, and then what they found there was a bunch of their things from their homes that the Japanese had taken and for some reason put them in that stadium. And it was there that Mrs. Victor died. And then when Jamie realized that she died, he looked up and there was a bright light. So he, what the movie says he saw was the atom bomb. So it was the atomic bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima. The issue with that is that he was way too far away in Shanghai. There's no way he would have ever actually seen that. But that's neither here nor there. Then he decides to go back to the camp, and then while he's on his way back, the Red Cross from the United States starts dropping food and supplies down, and that's when he runs into his friend from the other side of the fence, with the Japanese kid, and he's upset because he didn't get to fly. And then he's eventually killed by one of Basie's kind of lackeys, and because he thought that the Japanese kid was trying to harm Jamie. So Jamie tries to bring him back, and when it goes through that, that's kind of a confusing thing. But when he goes through that, he's not just trying to bring him back; he's trying to bring himself back. So to the way he was before the war, kind of regain that innocence that he had. But then after that, he obviously realizes that that's never going to happen, and so he decides just to accept it, and he starts just goofing around in the concentration camp. Obviously, he told Basie he wasn't going to go with him, and it's a good thing he didn't because the Americans eventually picked him up and took him to an orphanage, and then he found his parents, which is obviously um, a good thing for him and his parents. So. So that was the end of the movie, and it was. I really enjoyed this movie. I realize it can be confusing a little bit. Steven Spielberg uses a lot of symbolism and stuff throughout the movie, but I found it to be pretty good, and I hope you enjoyed it as well.